Hello. It's time for a stream. It's Tuesday, and that's not normally when I stream, but my schedule is wacky this week. Don't mind any of that. So tomorrow I'm getting my hair cut, and I'm doing taxes, where Meg and I are going to do our taxes, and because I'm a writer, my taxes are utterly miserable and complicated. And then I also need to finish doing my taxes, my tax prep today, so it will be a shorter stream. And that's why I'm streaming on Tuesday, because I will be getting my taxes done when I would be streaming tomorrow. So life is sometimes complicated. Therefore, I am here today, and we return to Kaycee's mod. Just making sure that y'all have audio, since it's coming through soft even for me here. Just gonna boost what I can hear a little bit. Yeah, adulting, the absolute worst. What if we made a society where the degree and kind of adulting necessary was drastically reduced because it was just everybody taking care of each other? What if? So we could have a grizzly, but grizzly is very expensive, as is great white. 8 bones is a lot for early game. I almost never do alpha, so let's do alpha. And then let's do elk fawn, because elk fawn will also benefit from alpha. Just trying things I haven't really done before, just in case it turns out to be awesome. So giving more health to alpha could be pretty handy for being able to survive an extra turn. Or we could give that to kind of one of our defendery types, because alpha takes bones and therefore will not be coming out for a couple of turns. So I'm going to go ahead and give that to bullfrog. And I'm going to not push my luck, because if I lost bullfrog, I would have nobody that can block flyers, which would make for a very sad me. Alright, so elk fawn and bullfrog and stoat, so we can play everything first turn. There's an elk fawn here. That elk fawn will come up and hit whatever I put there. So let's put our stoat there for defense, and this mole is not going to do anything yet. Okay. Elk fawn moves. We'll put this here. I'm going to put this elk fawn there. The mole will jump over and block the stoat. And now elk is elk. And squirrel becomes bullfrog. Mole will exhaust themselves and stoat will hit. And I suppose I can draw this. Yep. Let's drop these 2 to get wolf, and then we will do 5 in 1 hit. And that gets us a couple of teeths. Prospector to totem. Yeah, let's go this way. Because we don't have enough teeth to really usefully be able to get anything. It's gold! So we have a golden pelt, which is the best blocker among the pelts, because it has 3 health. The woodcarver appeared. So flying block. Alright, we're going to take this because we have the elk. So they have flying elk. So flying elk fawn, my bullfrog will be able to defend. Boop pop. And I'm going to go ahead and use a squirrel here, because sooner or later I'm going to get an item draw, and I maybe don't want the pack rat this time. So bullfrog blocks, elk become big. Squirrel to stoat. Mole is going to jump around and defend. Pop, pop. Bullfrog beats elk. They are out of thing. So now we have golden pelt, which we're not going to use, so we're just going to attack. So that's 3, and that's the fight. So I was sick with what I hope was just a 24-hour bug on Sunday, but I was very not with it on Sunday, which is why I did not stream. And I felt mostly better yesterday. 2-2, but then they double up. Let's take the elk because we have that, because we have the totem. So, and in fact, here's the item thing. So, flying, black goat for economy. But it meant that I did not write on Sunday because I usually take weekends off, except I had worked a whole bunch on Saturday. So then I did not try to write yesterday, which meant that I had taken longer off of writing and had a bit of a slow start today, but I came up with some cool stuff in the mecha novel that I'm working on that I'm excited about, and will hopefully be able to get back to revisions on my previous novel later this week, because I would be tremendously happy if I could get that revised to the point where it is going to become, where it's going to go on the market. Because it's been a while due to pandemic terribleness, and in like in 2019 into 2020, I was working on various fairly complicated and ambitious projects, and not all of them worked out the way that I was hoping, which is why it kind of has taken a while to get to the point of then having this this novel to go on the market. So here goes a wolf. It's going to run over that rabbit. Bullfrog is going to hit the elk and then survive a hit, so the elk is going to be running around for a while. Elk goes over there to hit the possum. Stoat can replace that bullfrog, but it doesn't need to yet. Wolf is going to hit for 3, and that is going to be game. Kith, sigil. Do I have enough things with sigils to be useful? I do. I could give alpha to something else, which might be pretty cool. So I can get one of this. We're going to get one of these because we have the totem thing. It's a pronghorn who moves around and has double strike. So we are going to give this to give it to the bullfrog because it has more health. Yeah. Now often I sacrifice the bullfrog and give the bullfrog's flying defense to something else, but in this case we are doing it a different way. So now I'm going to have to sacrifice one of these. So I think I'm going to sacrifice Pronghorn because that will let me do double attack and give it to Wolf. Because double attack on Wolf is very strong. It does mean that I'm down one Servid elk type, which is a bummer for that totem, but the sigil transfer onto the wolf will be really good. All right, so we're starting with the trapper this time instead of the prospector. So we've got our alpha bullfrog here. They're coming out with a bullfrog as well. So I'm gonna play my alpha bullfrog here because they're going to fight a normal bullfrog first instead of these strange frogs which turn into the traps which kill my creatures. Those strange frogs do attack, so I'm going to put that smoke there. So I could sacrifice the smoke and play my fawn or stoat. And, oh, because the smoke is going to get to attack because of the alpha on the, or the leader on the bullfrog. So it'll hit and then it'll die. But if I replace it with the stoat will kill the strange frog in one hit. Yeah, this music is just glorious, creepy. Bullfrog hits. There, bullfrog hits. So I can play this here, I can play this elk fawn, and then it will hit this strange frog. The stoat is gonna get got by the trap. Then I have a pelt, and the fawn is gonna go over there. So I don't need to play either of these just yet. This elk is going to get destroyed by the trap. This bullfrog is going to kill that bullfrog. So now I have another pelt. And we're going to draw this. I can play squirrel, but then I would have to sacrifice this bullfrog to get to my wolf, and I'm not taking any damage this turn, so that's fine. So we're going to have second squirrel, and now wolf is going to go here because wolf will still hit this empty spot, and that will block whatever the second phase enemy that they deploy is going to be. No, because they pull everything off. That's fine. Flip it around. Let's trade. So I also have that, and why don't I have my gold one? Do I have to have it in my hand? All right, that's annoying. All right, so what do I want? My wolf is over here, so the mirror thing is not as much of a problem. You have Touch of Death, so I want your ant. I'll take your Flying Mantis and your Mirror Thinger. And then I'm going to draw a squirrel. Squirrel goes here. You have 3. You will go there, so you will get a bonus. You'd be 2 attack, which will kill both of those. Great. So you're going to go here, and now we're going to clear them out. Pop, 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 pop. Yep. Raven becomes that, so they hit for 2, but my wolf is going to hit for 4. And we'll have a Flying Mantis over here. Not great positions on these, but it's fine because we did it. So that was the Trader and the Trapper as the first fight, which means that whenever I run to the Prospector, they're going to be more dangerous than they would be in the normal first game. So you count as a lizard, but getting a Ouroboros now is early enough that I can beef them up. Getting Ouroboros as like the second boss reward is not as great because you need Ouroboros to die and come back and die and come back for it to get bigger. The Woodlands. Right. What to draft this time? Great White, Field Mice, Maggots. So Fecundity I could trade to something, I could sigil into something else, which wouldn't suck. Like the Wolf, maybe? Or my leader Bullfrog. So I think I'm going to go with that. What is my thing? Oh, well, I have a Field Mice. Field Mice is good, and then Coyote is to get that special bonus. I still don't know how to do any of this stuff. Some people that have talked online about the game have said that there's no kind of room meta progression stuff that you can do, which makes me think that the decks that you're supposed to be able to unlock are just from finishing runs. So let's see. Field mice, elk. Give it to the fawn. Giving it to the wolf does become very, very powerful. If I give it to Ouroboros, they become more of an attacker right off the bat. Let me give it to the fawn, but I'm not going to press my luck, because then my ability to get much out of the totem gets really reduced. Okay, so I do have Ouroboros here, and there's an elk fawn. So I've got a wolf cub coming up. My fawn would get hit by that wolf cub. So we're going to put that there. The sparrow's going to fly over, and then the elk fawn will kill the sparrow. But I will have to deal with the wolf. Now we're going to use this, so we're going to do squirrel to black goat to Ouroboros, because I'm hoping that they're going to put something else out and it will kill Ouroboros, and then Ouroboros will start to grow. So wolf is going to hit my elk. Ouroboros is on their own. I can sacrifice a squirrel and Ouroboros to play my wolf, which I'm going to, because that means that Ouroboros will come back as a 2/2. Elk kills the wolf in the alpha. Wolf hits for a bunch. Okay. So I could play the squirrel and then sacrifice 2 things to play Ouroboros, but then I don't have anything to sacrifice Ouroboros for. So I might as well just hit for 6 and get some teeth. Okay. So we got a trial and then an item. We have an empty item slot. By Kith over here, the mycologists, I don't have any doubles, but I might be able to get a double of something really handy. And trade, I have 1 pelt here, and we've already faced the trader and trapper, so we know we don't need the pelts. But this will let us get something for the totem there. Get the pelts up there. A trade-off. All right, let's go this way, because we can get a rare for the pelt that we have. Amalgam is every type of creature. So I think that's going to be our best bet. Mycologists, we'll see what they will give me a double of. Do you think the mycologists are related to Rani from Elden Ring? 2 amalgams is probably, that's making everything too expensive, so I think we're going to take a bullfrog here, because if I then fuse the bullfrog, that it'll keep the thing, right? The bullfrog. If I fuse it with this bullfrog, it'll get stronger and it'll keep the leader ability. So that will be good. Stinky wolves. Stinky canines. So I've got my leader bullfrog and the other bullfrog, wolf cob, coming up. So none of these have 2 power, which is rough because this wolf cub is stinky. So I'm going to play the bullfrog there so that then I could play something else here and it will hit the wolf cub. That is my hope. So I'm going to get this, play the squirrel. Actually, I'm going to play the stoat here because I will want the bullfrog for the sparrow. Yeah, so you get back to 1, which is enough to kill the wolf cub, because you have +1 and then -1. Good. Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, because if I play this bullfrog, it will go up to 2, but then back down to 1, and it will get defeated by that wolf. I will do 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I need to block this, because if I take 4 from here, I lose. Now the question is, do I mind losing here? Because I think to not lose, I probably need to use my hook. The fusing thing is eerie. The like robot section of the game is ominous, but it's not as not as gross because it's not dealing with like animal sacrifice and stuff. Well, let's play this out and see what we can do. So, and then I guess we just play the squirrel to block. Bullfrog is not doing anything. Stoat is hitting for 2. But now I get just absolutely wrecked. Because I can draw this, and then I have nothing. So I think I'm just going to take the L here. Rather than trying to bust out, like basically use up all of my item resources to not lose here. That's fine. So mycologists, we can fuse that bullfrog that we just got. Sparrow, ant, wolf cub. We do not have any flyers, so I'm going to go with the sparrow. So now I do have 2 bullfrogs. So bullfrog is 2/6 with leader, which is pretty great for 1. Now, this fight I have 1 life, so I have to win all of the fights in the rest of this biome. Stinky cervids. Stinky pronghorn. Field mice. So squirrel. I'm going to put you here because then you go here. Right? That may have been wrong. That's fine. Whatever. My actual life is not depending on this. Oh, right, because you attack around, so that was exactly correct. Because now you turn this way. You're coming, and you're going to hit for 1. The mole is going to get in the way, and then this pronghorn is going to hit for 1, but that's okay. So I can hit for 2. So now I think if I play, if I play the squirrel and then I play the elk, that elk will kill both of these because it's not directly in front of the stinky fawn. Right on. Okay. And you're going to hit for 2 and take 1, leaving the stoat. You're going to hit for 2 and kill that pronghorn. The fawn is going to come up. So that's fine. These elk are beefy. So I have the stump in the way, so I can't play the field mice unless I suppose I could sacrifice the elk here because it's gonna. Because then doing this will give me the field mice. Again. So you get that elk. And then I can, so you'll hit for 1. Yeah, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to play these other field mice over here to do their damage. Because now you're over at the stump, which is great. We draw a squirrel, and we just do our damage this time. And that's it. Great. So by blood cost and sigil double sigil. Do we have enough things that I want to fuse 2 sigils? So field mice I can fuse into something. Ouroboros would be kind of ridiculous. Wolf would be great. Bullfrog would be a very strong move because Bullfrog does so much for 1. But there's only so, like, do we want our deck to be that small? I don't know that we do. But we can go this way and we'll maybe get a mycologist stubble of something handy. So we're going to take this. We have 2 elks now, so we can give the elk to the mycologists, and that will be great. Double elk. So 4/8 elk for 2 is pretty good. Especially because we think we can make it flying. Right? Or do we... Because you cost 1. I could make the elk fawn be... No, we're going to do sparrow. And then we're going to have a flying... Yeah, because flyers, when you're a flyer, you don't not defend. Okay, and now a second biome prospector. So this will be tougher, I think. I don't know if this coyote's going to get replaced by a wolf. That was when they were the 3rd enemy. Okay, so still a coyote there. This bullfrog can take that hit, which is great. So we're going to do that. And I need to remember to kind of keep some in the chamber for the second phase because the prospector turns all of my critters into gold. So we're going to have this. I'm going to put the stoat there. It's going to get rid of that pack mule much faster because of the leader ability. Mole is going to become a defender. This bullfrog is going to hit for 2 again. Yeah, Mole is going to go over here. I'm fine to take this first round slow. The adder is going to come up and it will kill the bullfrog, which I would rather not. I think I want to save this wolf for phase 2. So losing the bullfrog will be less of a problem because we are going to get the pack mule cards. Which is lovely. But not fast enough. So the bullfrog dies there. But the elk is going to do enough damage, right? Corpse maggots attack for 1. Elk attacks for 3. That's fine. Yeah, I don't have to put anything else down. It will save me a spot for next time that I can play rather than having to be just passive on that first turn. Okay, and they add an adder. Porcupine, squirrel, wolf. So adding another squirrel right now doesn't do me any good. I do have a porcupine, so I can play squirrel to play porcupine, which will kill the adder. The wolf is going to hit that nugget, and then the bloodhound is going to hit that nugget. Those will free up my spaces. Okay. Now I want a squirrel. Because I do squirrel, squirrel. Ouroboros. And this bloodhound cannot jump to get in the way. And I mean, 3 at a time, wolf cub. I can't just slow ball this. Because the wolf will last another turn against the nugget, and I only have 2 cost creatures here, which is fine. So after this turn, I can trade out my porcupine. Is that a wolf cub? Yes, I want you to kill my Ouroboros. Squirrel. Squirrel, squirrel. Elk, great. Squirrel, squirrel. And I'm gonna get there. That's it, because elk is flying. Flying for 4 damage is very nice. What will my boss card be? Amalgam, Strange Larva, Douse. Now, combining 2 amalgams for a 6/6 for 2 is pretty cool, but I think I will take the Strange Larva for now. Though I think if you give this the timer sigil from the Strange Larva to something else, it does not get the kind of 2-turn Mothman thing, unfortunately. Unkillable from the cockroach is not bad. I have very few things that take bones. Let's go ahead and get an item. Extra turn is very good. Okay, we got our bullfrog and our elk. Bees, so each of these ants are 2 attack, which means if I block nothing, I just lose this fight. So I'm going to... that's a bummer, because the ants are on the end and I want the bullfrog to give power to somebody else, but just, it is how it is. How much? Do you have 3? Alright, so squirrel goes here. Strange larva goes there. You will hit for 2, and then you will hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's too much. So... I'm going to steal your ant. Your ant is mine now. Now, you going here blocks this mantis's attack and that mantis's attack, but that mantis is going to be dead anyway. But now I have the Mothman, and they are effed. So I'm going to do, that's 12 damage. Heck yeah. Painter over here is good, because I can duplicate something. So let's go this way. Let's take an elk fawn for when we get the totem thing, which is... So we should go this way, even though it means losing out on the painting. Because otherwise we're never going to have the statue bonus. And we can double up these elk fawns. 3/2 on the first turn for 1 is very good, even if it reduces the kind of spread of cards that are going to get the statue bonus. It's more powerful in the short term. Mantis bullfrog. So you're going to take 2 each turn. You have 3. You can go here. So you're going to do 3, which I cannot handle. If I put a squirrel here, no, I need to use an extra turn. So now I have Mothman. I play double squirrels. I play Field mice. Should have played the wolf. That's fine. Okay. And then I play that. Mothman hits for 7. Many more teeth. Items. Items are very good. Alright, trial. Trial of sigils, trial of health, trial of boons. Sigils. I have 1, 2 without sigils. And I have 1 with 2 sigils, or 2 with 2 sigils, 3 with 2 sigils. Health. Yep, done. The elk completes that trial just by themselves. Okay, so we have many lives, stinky bell tentacle, or ant spawning, bully, dam building, beaver, or ant spawning, jump to defend, elk. I'm inclined to take the tentacle because of the many lives, though it does mean that I have just a ton of things that cost 2 blood, which is not as good. So flying, defense, or bully. Most of the servants are already that, so I think we're just going to take that, even though it's not very exciting. I was hoping for something like double strike or touch of death. Alright, so they have growing lizards. But I did draw both of those. Rattler. Rattler will get stronger. Bullfrog will get stronger. Elk fawn going here is fine because it'll go over there. And I hit for 3, which puts me ahead, so I can handle this 4. So my best time to kill this rattler is right now because it's going to become beefier. So I could ditch this elk, which seems like not a great time. But unfortunately, like I said, I'm just stuck with a lot of 2-cost cards. So let's game out the math here. I'm down by 1. 4 damage will mean I lose. Elk will destroy the stump and the adder. So I could play a squirrel just to survive. So my elk is going to hit the bullfrog, but then get hit by the rattler. Or I put this down, sacrifice both of these. The elk goes here. Hits for 4, then gets killed by the adder, and then I lose. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Many enemies. Yeah, I think I have internalized a lot. I don't know that that means that I'm super great at the game. I'm also not I would play slower if I were just playing on my own. Even the slower that it takes me because I'm streaming, I'm still making moves faster. If you want to see people playing the game the most strategically, the most considered version, probably to a fault, you can see, you can go look at, I don't know that I want any of these. I guess 1 cost is good. If you watch the Inscryption run by the Waypoint, the people at Waypoint, the flash there, that was the difficulty setting that I had added, where I don't get the clover, which lets me redraw when I draft cards. any of those show up as like their command prompts, like command interface stuff. Bones, pliers, flyers, flyers, and squirrel. Squirrel is good. Getting rid of a card is good. What do I need least? I think it might be field mice. Yeah. Goodbye, field mice. I wanted to turn you into something else. Did not happen. So this is going to be level 3 angler, right? So bait buckets from turn 1. I'm inclined to just mean that it becomes a 2-lane game. Strange larva will fly over the bait bucket. You're gonna hit for 2. Yeah, that's fine. I will take 2. Next turn I'm gonna draw a squirrel and then use a squirrel to be able to play something else. Oof, that gets rough. Yeah, because now they're going to steal this, or they're going to steal whatever I play. But if I play any of these, then that will get stolen. That's rough. I guess if I play the wolf, right, so I do this. If I sacrifice the strange pupa and I go here, and then I play a squirrel, I don't lose the squirrel. I do 3, but then I die. Or I guess the great white kills my wolf. Nope. I just lose. Okay. That's rough. And the angler gets to steal the card just because mean. Womp womp. Same. I guess we're same limitation with the no clover. Okay. Run to. What we're gonna get this time for these pets? We already have a wolf, right? So let's get mirror and mole for a defender. And then we have full items, so we're gonna go over here. Increasing attack power. Attack power on the mole is interesting, but I think it's still better to give it to the wolf. But I'm not going to press my luck because losing my wolf means losing my main offense in these first couple of fights, which would probably mean I just can't even get to the point where I can replace them. So squirrel will become mirror tentacle. And then I'm going to ding. And now I play 2 squirrels. And I play the wolf. Mole will jump in, defend, and die. Mirror tentacle hits. But now I'm gonna hit for 5. Ta-da! Okay, totem, fight, trapper. Now I have not used an item yet. Now let's go this way. Elk again. Woofs. Wolf, mole, elk. All raven egg again. And I guess you go here. You're not gonna be able to block that raven once they become anything. But you can be sacrificed to play the wolf, who will then kill the raven egg now and save me the health. Wolf gets to attack, mole defends. Double squirrel, 2 elk, attack for 6, 1 tooth. Trappa. We have 2, 3 teeth. Not many. So we can get 1 more pelt. We have 2. Which means we have a lot of blockers, but oh, we didn't use an item, so we're going to end up with a pack rat. The wolf as a starter is very good. Thank you for the pack rat. I will put you on something else. Rabbit pelt is a defender, mirror. So I'm going to put them there. I'm going to put, oh, I don't need to put a rabbit pelt out yet. So, squirrel. I'm going to put a stoat there to kill that fawn. And now this one will kill that one. I can wait. So they still don't have anything else. Great. So they concede. The question is, do I want to wait? I do want to wait because I just used up all my teeth. Oh. Where's my wolf? Thank you. Squirrel. Squirrel. Wolf. Well, I'll just end up getting 0 anyway, so that's fine. If I had waited with the stoat several more turns, then I could have gotten some teeth out of it, but that would be kind of boring. What do we got? Goat. Oh, goat counts as a circle too. I'm gonna take that goat. And I'm gonna go over here. Sacrifice the pack rat. Give that to give it to the bullfrog. And beef it up. How will you become beefy? You will become beefy with health. Tentacle, black goat, elk. Healthier wolf is not bad. But I think I'm going to go for healthier bullfrog. No pressing of luck today. And this is the Trapper again. Bullfrog, frog, 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 frog. So Mole is going to save me some health damage for a couple of turns. Wolf will kill both of these. Okay, but I want to keep these pelts. So if I take 2 more, I will lose. Content warning for teeth. Content warning for body mutilation, because that's the kind of game this is. So now I can take 2 damage and I won't lose. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to play... I guess I just do this for now. Misplay. Bullfrog here, I am at -1, so I have to play, I guess I'm going to take this squirrel, put the squirrel there because I want to keep the pelts. And, no, I should have drawn a squirrel again to block here while the bullfrog kills this one. Squirrel for now. Yep, I don't have anything for the black goat to turn into. Alright, so now we can trade damage for as long as I need to. Squirrel, elk, goat, squirrel. 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 Elk over here. But I do want... I want to trigger that trap because it will give me 1 more pelt. But I'm going to start taking deprivation damage is the thing. Which is going to be rough. Because I used everything up. Whoop. So yeah, I have very little, right? I have 2. Oh, that's... I clicked the wrong thing. So I think I need to take that. I have 1 more pelt. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. Starvation beginning to set in. So starvation is an enemy here. I have 1 more squirrel. Hand. It's interesting. Flying. I'm going to need to use the hand, so that makes you stronger. So yeah, actually we're going to... because that 4 is going to do a lot for me. But that tentacle dies. So starvation again. You hit for 0. Bullfrog will hit for 1 and then die. I guess Boulder here. Yeah, the starvation gets stronger every turn, which is cool but bad. Yeah, I'm donezo. I guess I could steal this starvation and then maybe I don't lose. Yep. That did suck. But items are there to be used. Going from I'm going to lose this run to okay, I can move forward is worth using the hook. Ariuli is powerful but very expensive. I do have a black goat, but I'm going to go with the Child 13 because when they sacrifice, they can turn into a flyer, which is better than nothing. All right, Painter. So I'm now down to 1 or 0 items. Snapper Beaver. Oh, not really into any of these. I have no items. So items would be good. Do I want anything to duplicate in my deck? I mean, a wolf will be good because I have not much for attack. I guess I could do Bullfrog because the wolf is 2 cost. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 cards with 2 cost. And the pelts, yeah, I need to get rid of the pelts. What do you do with that, my goopy friend? So, 0-4, but still items. I had assumed that the painting version could be slightly worse. I just hadn't seen it before, because I'd had really good luck. Ringworm and Ant. I guess we'll do this here. Mole, go here and block for a turn. Yep, I think this deck is just not doing it. Pwned. Womp womp. The RNG is not with me. Boop, boop, boop. Wolf Cub. A card I can play. Get rid of card. I'm going to go here to use those pelts. So we're going to go here and hope to get something that will help my wolves. Wolves. This is sacrifice does not perish. Yeah, let's have wolves with many lives. That will definitely help my economy. Because then once I get one of them out, everything else gets cheaper as long as they're alive. But I did not draw a wolf. 2 ants. Squirrel. Bullfrog. And I get an item, which is excellent. I want to leave this ringworm here. Which means playing the stoat here. It is going to die, however. So again, I am in a bad way. Because look at all that damage. Yep. just SOL. Gotta use my item here. Don't have anything that I can do. Oh, come on. Squirrel to black goat to river snapper, but I lose. I didn't have anything to do last time, so I'm just effed. Yeah, come on. Start over. All right, let's switch out of this. New run. Let's try this one. So my pack can only hold 2 items with this difficulty modifier that I have. Okay, so we're going to take an ant and the egg. Sacrifice. So we can give nascent to something, or we can give ants to something. Let's go over here to beef up. Cost. Or transfer sigil immediately, which would be, I guess, like give flying to the stoat and consolidate. Let's go here. Okay, add power. So, oh, I can't give power to the ant? I guess it's because their strength, their power is equal to the number of ants. Should be able to do that +1. That would be cool. All right, we're gonna give it to the egg this time. So it has 1 attack on the first turn, and it then has a strong, oh, I wasn't even paying attention, so now I have a 2/2 egg. I pressed my luck successfully. Ant, bullfrog, stoat. Ant. So their ant hits for 1, my ant hits for 1, their ant hits for 1. So just put out stoat. Stoat will be my good defender. And I'm going to put out bullfrog here to do the damage to make up for that. This ant has 1 health, so I can do this, and that will make this other ant 1 damage as well, which means that I can outpace you in damage. Good. No, I'm going to do this the slow way because I want the teeth. Alright. Now I do 5. I get 3 teeth. And now I get to draft something for 2 blood. 2, 3, or bones. I do 2, it's an elk. Okay. What do I have? I have a full spread. But if I do that, if I take an item, I will get a pack rat, and I don't want a pack rat right now. So this will probably determine which direction I want to go. So 3 blood for something is interesting. The squirrel totem head is not in the Kaycee's mod, from what I'm told. But let's see what the triple blood looks like once I get something else to go with it, which I can do right up here. All right, and I definitely want to get bone or teeth here as well, so that I can buy some nice stuff, buy some pelts to then trade in the future. Squirrel. Nope. Stoat. Stoat again. We're going to take this. We're going to play the ant over here. because then at some point I will get an item and I don't want to get the peck rat. Alright, so now Stoat gets replaced by Elk. That ant is done. This ant only hits for 1, he hits for 1. That's fine, my ant hits there. My egg is going to hit for 2, because it's a beefy egg, like it's nobody saves the world. And I do this. Woo! Very beefy raven. As a Baltimorean, I am obligated to be positive about this. So I have 5. Which means I could get 2 rabbit pelts or 1 wolf pelt. I think I will take 1 wolf pelt and then wait. Because my deck is small enough that having 2 pelts would be a lot of kludge in my deck. So bugs or lizards? Bugs. Bird, lizards. Lizards or bugs? So a lot of the lizards are cheap, so I'm going to go with that. Let's see how we go. Bullfrog. Ant goes there. We're just going to trade health until other stuff comes on the board. There's an adder. That's other stuff. We'll wait. The ant's going to hit for 1 and then get destroyed by the adder. I lose 1 on bullfrog. Elk is 2. So I'm going to lose 2 health this time. I guess I can just play the wolf pelt here and that will save me 2 turns. Okay, now I have double squirrels, which means that I can play this, play the adder, or the elk. Elk kills the adder. Wolf pelt takes 1 more turn. This bullfrog will take 2 turns to go through this stump, and I should be okay by then. So we're going to draw this. Wolf, I will need another critter, but you'll block here. I'm at -1. Elk kills bullfrog. Bullfrog does 1. That's fine. Because I want to wait and draw another squirrel so that I can play my wolf all the way over here. I guess my elk should move. Yes, good. Then the adder hits me for 1, but that doesn't matter so much because now I'm heading for 5. That was the sound of an Oreo ear flap. He is in fact directly behind me. Hi, buddy. What you doing? He's licking the carpet. He licks all of the various floor surfaces, which is a bummer for him. Or I guess he likes it, presumably. It's just a bummer for us because when he does it on some surfaces, it makes a gross sound. We have told him numerous times the floors are not for licking. He does not seem to care, which is a bummer. Okay, so we have lizards are extra sacrifice. So we could get River Snapper. I'm not super into any of these, so let's try it again. Mantis is good. ITM. Destroy a card, yeah, destroy a card is good. And beef something up. More health. More health for one of these folks. More health for Mantis is not bad. But I think more health for, no. More health for Stoat. Yes, because then Stoat gets, I can sacrifice the bullfrog and Nope, Stoat is gone. Well, now my deck is streamlined. Womp womp. Alright, who are we fighting this time? The Angler as round 1, okay? Triple Blood Bullfrog. So Squirrel to Bullfrog. Because Bullfrog can defend against that Kingfisher. Let's see. I could play the Wolf Pelt and let them steal the Wolf Pelt, which is not bad. You may have the smoke, because bones don't do anything for you. Alright, Raven is going to end phase 1. It's a bummer I don't get teeth for overkill on phase 1. And Raven will just fly over the bait bucket, which is cool. Because they're just playing bait buckets. Squirrel to ant. There we go. That's some teeth. Alright, yeah, Angler is Biome 1 boss. Not as difficult. And let's see, you, that, Amoeba is nothing. Ouroboros does count as a lizard. I found a cheat! My lizards are worth 3 blood. Ouroboros is a lizard. I can sacrifice Ouroboros for anything, and then, like, if I have 2 lizards, I can kind of go back and forth. So, yes. I'm just going to go up and explain. So, anytime I sacrifice Ouroboros, they will give me 3 blood. Sacrificing Ouroboros is good because they go back into my hand and get stronger. So, I have 2 pelts. I have 2 items, so I do want to go this way. Alright. We're trying to draft some lizards. Maybe? Ooh, Ant Queen is good though, because I have another ant. Wish I had 2. Well, I had the chance to get 2 before, didn't I? Wolf pelts. Unkillable Many Lives cat is very good. Yeah, let's do that. Because I think we may be on the verge of creating some truly sicko blood economy. We don't really need any of this, because we are going to make that work. Let's see if I can make it work. That's what I should probably say. Bully wolves. Alright, triple blood bullfrog. So squirrel to cat to bullfrog. Yes, you can take that. Because bullfrog will last 1 turn, and then I can sacrifice them for blurred. Yep, so sacrifice this for that. Sacrifice cat for ant. And good times. Wolf survives 1 attack, elk survives 1 attack from wolf. The cat, even when it dies, will get to come alive again. So this Ouroboros costs 2. But I could use the cat. I would need to use the cat and the elk to play the Ouroboros. They would attack and die against the porcupine, and then the alpha would come in. So, because this cat is going to die to the elk. So I think I'm just going to stay for this turn. Cat goes back in my hand. So I draw a squirrel. I think I'm just going to steal your wolf. Play a squirrel. Sack the squirrel for cat. Attack for 3. Yeah. So, did not quite have the time to get my ridiculous economy on. I will need to do that, otherwise the Ouroboros will not be so useful. Warren, elk, no. Wolf, beehive, skunk, bees, lizards, wolves. Take a wolf because I can give them to my mycologists. So this is getting to be wasteful. Triple blood insects is not bad because of all the ants that I have. Okay, so I can squirrel to bullfrog to wolf on turn 1. Ta-da! Grant over here to start pulling you down. Wolf hits there. There. Mantis goes here, which will let the wolf damage go through. Nice. Oh, mantises. You are so good. We're going to go this way to get a painting. Because we might be able to double up on Ouroboros. Or double up on the cat. Let's take something for 1. Alright, so that's the hand tentacle, which is not... It's very fragile. Who is my favorite little painter? So we can double up on the cat. We could double up on one of the wolves. We could double up on the raven egg, is pretty good. We cannot double their Ouroboros. I think I've been underappreciating the egg. Because even if this comes out as a 1-2, that's still a stronger than base version. So this raven egg is just absolutely gonzo. So, speaking of raven egg, put you all the way over there to just start doing glorious damage. And then you move over, which you will start attacking. And I'm going to put my mantis here, because then we win. Oh no, the mole blocks. So we go up by 4. And then we go down by 2. Raven takes 1, that's fine. Jump over here. No, that's all good. Kill that, do 4 teeth. Raven egg. It's very good. Doubling up on Ant Queen is interesting, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that cost 2. I'm going to combine 2 wolves, which will take me down by 1. So I think I'm just going to do this. Elk Fawn is more what I'm looking for at this moment, honestly. Yeah, double wolves because of the cost, and 6 attack is just preposterous, and it makes the wolf less fragile. Okay, now what are we going to sacrifice? I don't want to sacrifice a Ouroboros because that other things will not get the bonus that Ouroboros does. But we can sacrifice Mantis and then have double hitting 6/4 wolves, which is fairly ludicrous. Or we can have a double hitting Raven Egg. Six damage is so much on the wolf that doubling it is usually not necessary. That like double wolf damage is handy if I'm like really behind, or if I really need to clear a board. But I think the double on the 3 means I could theoretically win on first turn with not this Raven Egg, but the other one. I could win the first phase right now with this wolf. So I will lose that wolf because of the gold, but then I have all of the rest of my deck for the second phase. I did not mean to draw that. So Bloodhound kills that. I need this. Well, I guess you are going to get my Raven Egg, unfortunately. But I have another one where it comes from. Because here is an ant. Ants. Wolf hits there. I draw. Let's get Ouroboros down to start doing the thing. Okay, yeah, because I can sacrifice Ouroboros for anything. And yep. Oh, I needed a squirrel. So I have to use that to not lose. That wolf is going to get big, so we're going to go over here. Squirrel. Must take squirrel. Squirrel. That will kill the adder. It's less useful because I don't get the double damage, but doubling 5 is pretty good. And I can put you here, which will kill that wolf cub before it becomes a wolf. Okay. Took the knife, but we did it. So many bones. What do we got here? Amoeba, Mantis God, or the Douse? Yeah, it's got to be the Mantis God. I've been not drinking enough water today. Okay, a trial. What trials do you have for me? Trial of Power, Trial of Blurred, Trial of Health. You can win the Trial of Power by yourself, but I do have a lot of things that cost 1. I don't have a lot that's tough. So blood, I think blood we can do 1, 2, 3, 4 that cost 2 blood. Yeah, let's try that. Yep. Grizzly, Kingfisher, or Mole. So Touch of Death, but on flying, many lives. Double strike, but bees. So I can kind of think about this as what to sacrifice to put on something else, so I'm going to take the Kingfisher. Because there's a sigil up there. Painting, I don't have any items, so let's go over there. Because I should get 2 items here, right? This, flying. Alright. I didn't mean to get the bones thing, I was just clicking and did it wrong. A fight. We win turn 1. GG. Pop, pop. The womp womp I did got over it to get up and walk over. Hi, buddy. Everything's fine. I was just making fun of the bad guy for losing. 5, 8. So many pelts. What? Something is happening without me? This cannot be. All right. So. We don't get, alright, because it's already got things on it, so we don't get to sacrifice that. Could give you to something else, but you're 2/2, and that's very good. And I have 1 other ant card, is that right? I guess let's give the triple attack on Mantis God to something. Triple wolves is disgusting. Well, we give it to Raven Egg, then that's 2 different cards that do turn 1 win. Which is pretty cool. No turn 1 win this time. I actually have to play the game. So that's a Turkey Vulture. Worker Ant there. Hit for 1. Vulture hits for 3. And I need to do this here because I've taken enough damage that Wolf is not a turn 1 win. Mole jumps in the way. Kills both of those. Raven hits for 2. I will hit for 6. But the Raven will now hit for 3, and that's 4. Okay, but Raven Egg here hits for 3, which kills the Raven, and hits there. 9 damage should be enough to win. With a couple teeth. Now we trade those pelts. Because we already beat the Trapper. I don't remember if we did. Well, too late now. Lizards are the things getting the extra bonus here. I don't like any of this. I guess I get Data Mantis. Beehive. Cockroach, because I can sacrifice the cockroach to something else. Wolf pelts. Worker ant with extra ants. It's pretty good. Nope, I'm just going to get a pack rat. Now my deck is becoming kludgy. To sacrifice 1 up here. But this is another turn 1 victory. I can, however, use this, which I don't really need, which clears up a space for an item in the future. Trapper is up there, so now I have no wolves. Let's reset all of this. I guess I'll take an Elk Fawn. My deck was really good. Not so much anymore already. Alright, unkillable. Unkillable on tentacles, pretty good. Unkillable wolves. Unkillable tentacle. Such a collection I have. I don't need them at all. I maybe should have changed my strategy, but it's too late now. I'm going to get my face punched. I will need to activate all the traps so that I don't get rocked by the traitor in phase 2. Alright, so I got 2 ants, which means I want to start with a bullfrog. And my smoke can block 1. Bullfrog, so you won't die, because you're going to take a hit for 1. I get lots of bones, which means I want this, because I could sack you for 3. I can sacrifice you for that, which is fine. So now I get to chop you up. And play a worker ant here, because I want to do the damage for a little while. And let's do that. So I'm just going to use up all my ants in this first phase, and that's going to be how it is. So now we have 2 pelts. Adder kills that ant. And we are going to take 2. And then I take a squirrel, and I play the squirrel, and I get the egg, which kills both of those, and does 2. Adder comes up and does 1. Raven becomes Super Raven. I'm going to draw a squirrel. I do just a staggering amount of overkill. But now it is time to trade. How many do I need to trade for in order to not be SOL? So those are pretty beefy. My first question is, can I win against this front row? So I'm going to take you. I'm going to take you, and I'm going to take you, because my Rattler becomes triple. So I have 1 squirrel, I have the bones. Okay, so squirrel, that's fine. I play the Rattler here. Raven is going to hit for... yeah, I win. Because I took away their flying defenders. And Grizz goes there. Ta-da! Triple Raven. Triple beefy Raven, in fact. Okay, Amalgam, Larva, Gek. Gek is good because Gek is free for 3 blood. That's good. All right, now we're on to Biome 4. So we don't want this. We don't have this. We have one item. I think I want to sacrifice a sigil to something. So let's give the item to my bullfrog. That streamlines the deck a bit more, which is very good. And now, Leshy themselves. I think this is our first time fighting Leshy in Kaycee's mod. We get the smoke. Leshy has 3 lives. Leshy has the moon. Alright, so they start with the Mole Man, and they've got an Amalgam on deck. I do have a Raven Egg. So I put you here, you're going to jump to defend, but I will defeat you in 1 turn. Smoke. To cat, because you just will keep coming back. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Squirrel. To cat. You can just keep defending for now, because I'm going to do 12 damage here. Does this mean that the Prospector is going to kill my cards? This is the Death Cards phase. The Strange Fur blocks some of that damage, but not enough that I don't. Yeah. So, phase 2 complete. And now the moon, right? But I have a Touch of Death card, so I think we win. Right? Because it's a flying blocker. Touch of Death. Or do you no longer get Touch of Death? You do no longer get Touch of Death. That's probably for the best in terms of fairness. But I do 12 damage each turn with the Raven. And we have an Ouroboros here. Which I can do this, and then play both of those. And play you here. Nice. Yay! You really destroyed the moon. I suppose that's all left. All left is to finish me off. Go on. Let's go. 1 billion damage. I killed the moon. Alright. Boss is defeated 4. We defeated the first rank. And the dog is getting antsy at me, so I think we'll probably wrap. But I'm going to look at this. Okay, I need to write this down so I don't go to sleep and tell myself I dreamt it. I'm working late and testing the latest build, and out of nowhere the angler starts freaking out. Like he pulled something up out of the river with that hook, and then he gets up and walks. There's no walk animation for this character. What? WTF? He walked right into the cabinet. I followed him and I couldn't find him. Leshy had some new dialogue lines that I cannot find in the dialogue file. He said something about some old _data and how the angler served him well or something. I'm so tired that I'm wondering if I made this up. So we're getting immersive sim text from Kaycee, I think, in these entries. And I think then every time I beat it, I'm going to get more. So, Wild Bull, 3/2 pushy for 1. Or Kuko, Yeah, let's do that one. This looks, oh, okay, we got both of them. That's cool. Boss battles are also totem battles. Okay, challenge. Do we get a deck? No. So that is a first successful run at Kaycee's mod. So we have some new options and some new cards that we've unlocked. The dog is getting antsy, so I'm going to wrap here and go and attend to his royal logness. The most demanding and beloved of logs. Let's see. And let's go ahead and raid Arvanelleron, which I would guess one or both of you are also watching in another window anyway. So thanks so much for coming by and hanging out. Kids are asleep, anybody else that was watching and lurking. And I will see you on Thursday with Slay the Spire Downfall.